Have you ever met someone, and in just one moment, your entire world felt different? That single smile that made your heart skip a beat? That gaze you couldn't forget? Today, I'll tell you a love chapter that began with nothing more than a smile. But before we dive in, tell me in the comments, do you believe in love at first sight? Because after this story, you just might. It was a rainy evening, the kind where the streets glowed with soft reflections and strangers hurried under umbrellas. I wasn't looking for love. I was honestly just trying to get home, probably thinking about food. And then, she appeared. Not in some dramatic movie scene, but casually. Holding a cup of coffee, slightly struggling with her bag, and then it happened. She looked at me and smiled. Now, normally I don't get caught off guard, but that smile? Hey, it felt like the world paused just for that second. I don't know if it was destiny, coincidence, or just a lucky accident, but we ended up sitting across from each other on the same train. Have you ever tried to not stare at someone you can't stop noticing? Yeah, it was that awkward game. Look away, look back, pretend to check your phone, look back again. Honestly, my phone battery probably thought I was desperate for notifications. And then, out of nowhere, she spoke. Long day? She asked. And just like that, the wall between two strangers broke. Our conversation was nothing extraordinary at first. Music, favorite movies, silly jokes. But somehow, every word felt magical. There was warmth in her laughter, comfort in her voice. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel alone. But here's the thing about moments like these. They don't ask for permission. They just happen. And then you realize you're already falling. I remember thinking, why do I feel like I've known her forever? Crazy, right? Or maybe that's just how love sneaks up on us. Wait, pause. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone and immediately imagined your entire future with them in the span of 5 minutes? Because honestly, in my head, I was already picking baby names. The train was slowing down. Her stop was coming. And in that instant, panic set in. What if I never see her again? What if this magical little chapter ends before it even begins? She gathered her things. The doors opened, and my heart sank. She stepped out, turned back one last time, and gave me that smile. You know, the same smile that started everything. But then, she slipped a tiny folded note into my hand. My fingers trembled as I opened it. It said, "If you felt it too, meet me here tomorrow, same time." I didn't sleep that night. Every tick of the clock felt heavier than the last. Was she serious? Was it just kindness? Or was this the beginning of something real? The next day I was there, and when the doors opened, there she was, coffee in hand, smile on her lips, and eyes that said, "I'm glad you came." And just like that, a smile turned into a story that's still being written, because sometimes love doesn't start with fireworks, it starts with something simple, something small, like a smile. If this love chapter touched your heart, you'll want to watch the next story, The Letter I Never Sent You. It's about unspoken feelings, missed chances, and the kind of love that lingers forever. Click here and I'll meet you in the next chapter, because love stories never really end.